to thank Sean McNulty last week, Rethink Money, for coming on for a great episode. And then you take over the big man. You ready? Welcome to V&M Podcast, episode 32.
31. 31 does.
It's not. I want to thank Sean McNulty last week for Rethink Money for coming on for a great podcast. Is your money any better, Vinny?
No, I've less money. How does that make sense?
Oh, well, you never listened to him. But thanks, Sean, for coming on. It was a great episode. Good feedback, wasn't it?
Very good feedback. A lot of people actually were on to me about the website and they've actually signed up to the thing. They're just waiting back in a consultation or something like that. It's unreal.
I haven't got on it yet, to be fair. Too busy. Busy with all my money.
As you can see, folks, we are broadcasting from the beautiful McElhinneys department store here in Ballybofey.
Do you smell the class of it when you come on the front door?
That's me. That's me. You can smell.
Do you smell like it smells class, doesn't it?
We're in the suit hire department here, folks, and it is unreal how they've been so kind to us and all, and they've put us up and it's nice and cozy.
And give you a seat. Did you fit on?
Oh, Jesus. But they've actually dressed us too, folks. With our, it's the best you've ever looked.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Bar the moustache, I suppose.
It is. If you don't, I don't know if you recognise or not, folks, but we're doing Movember.
So Jason Quigley, get on and to our Facebook page and donate some money.
Somehow Jason Quigley took money out of the account. This week, folks, we're in McElhinneys in Ballybofey here. First and foremost, we want to say a massive thanks to folks here for having us in. I think it's absolutely fantastic. It's somewhere so big and established as McElhinneys can support something like us.
Class, fairness.
And me and Marty always push shop local as much as we can, which is massive. And it's great to see the likes of here supporting the likes of us. And we always say, like, if you go to like your eBay or Amazon, they're not going to, like, they won't sponsor your local football team or your your local dart team, but thanks again to McElhinneys for having us.
Definitely, it's been class, to be fair, and we kitted, suited and everything. It's nice, isn't it?
We've got some great guests on, folks, this week. We have a couple of Harps boys. We've got newly appointed manager Darren Murphy joining us, and we've got
Darren Samuel Murphy, or Murphs. I think I'm getting the Murphs.
Sorry, I'm not first name basis with myself, but you seem like you slept with him tonight or what? Or what's going on? We also have the one and only Mr. Tony McNamee.
Tony.
Coming on. Younger Tony now, not older Tony. The whole thing will just go on to the
only man out there, Tony. That mic, though. Too low, P.
Cut that. But yeah, Tony's coming on too, so it's been interesting chat. Two lads, newly and Tony, they signed a new deal, and Darren's obviously new appointed head coach, so that'll be interesting.
Very interesting, looking forward to it, to be fair.
And then we have Mr. Jason Quigley coming on to talk to us about his big up and coming boxing event at the end of the month, Rumble in the Hills.
Rumble in the Hills in the Aura.
Aura Leisure Centre, Aura Complex actually, it's now known. So we're looking forward to that. And the best thing we've done was turn that aircon on.
Yeah.
There's aircon in here too, folks, where you'll not be melted. No, what I think the worst thing about going shopping is, and especially, suit shopping as well, you're melted.
No, it's like when you leave an Easter egg in your car for about 3 days.
But in here's really cool, hey.
It's nice. It's a nice suit room, in fairness. And I'm engaged now, I would say 8 years coming up in April, so.
There's like 4 fiancés on that, though, wasn't there? Or one.
I need to make a move soon.
Do you know what? You know what my mother always says? If you don't marry her, somebody else will.
What'd you say for?
I'm actually...
You're probably being that green, Vinny. You're a multicolored. You love the
burgundy.
Burgundy?
Yeah. I think I'm going to go for that burgundy there. Oh, that's all joking aside, like.
You're on the...
They're nice, so aren't they? They're nice. The green's nice too, but I like the green. What would you into? You'd be into like white, would you? Put her in black?
Hey?
What?
The greens, they're all new, aren't they?
They're really, really nice.
If you're on the colour, I like the black guy.
Black's nice too, but the only thing is they need to be really fitted and fit well. I think that's
nice and tight, but you wouldn't fit you well now at the moment because you're kind of a bit off spring or off. You can see it in you now.
See, when I was about to say that, do you see when you shave though, you can see your chin a lot more now, and you're carrying about a holiday weight. You're carrying about a Christmas weight since last year.
Oh jeez.
Your hair's looking good, that's me and man.
Thanks, lad.
They do look good. $4,000 hair transplant. They do look well. Anyway, folks, after ramble on, after ramble on, we can sit here all night and chat. Right. But we'll get the main man on. You want to cut that, P, and we'll go for a wee drink of water because my mouth's looking for a bit.
It's that moustache. Right. Welcome to the hot seat, Tony and Murphs. You want to be called Murphs there?
Fine, yes, good.
Murphs.
Cobbetter, you want just to Cobbetter the board?
Hey.
How do you, lads? Thanks a million, first and foremost, boys, for coming on.
Thank you very
Appreciate it.
much.
For coming on for a quick chat. How's things?
Aye, all right. Can't
All good.
complain.
No
Good.
complaints either.
Good stuff. Big week for both of you. Last week.
Probably a bigger week for Tony than me. No. To be fair, look, it's a great opportunity for me. I actually enjoyed the last 6 weeks of the season. It had been a difficult year. I'd enjoyed the last 6 weeks. Didn't think it was something that I would maybe get back into, but credit to the boys. They were very vocal in wanting me to stay, and that played a huge part in it. So it's always nice.
That's why falling faces for here.
Well,
So, what was your role? What was your role last season?
I was assistant to Dave.
Right.
Normally when the head coach goes or the manager goes, then his number 2 goes as well. But David sort of said to the board, try and keep things a wee bit familiar because there's so many new players that have come in. So that was just the way he done it. I was under the illusion that that's what it would be, go in for 6 weeks and just enjoy it and get the opportunity to say bye to the players and stuff like that. But they seem to enjoy it. They seem to enjoy being with me and stuff like that. And it was actually more them, you know,
Yeah.
throw your name in the ring. Pardon the pun, by the way. Jason's coming on later. Just throw your name in the ring. I don't want to go into the ring, but no, that was it. And look, I've really enjoyed it. And I just thought, you know what, give it a go. I'm not getting any younger, and that's where it was.
No, right, yeah.
But me meeting you now, I only met you, 20 minutes. I get you enjoy the crack with the lads. Is that something you have in your locker? Not in the crack, you're still their manager. But as in,
There's a character
you
in
still
there.
have a crack and you're still,
It seems like you're one of the lads, if you ask me.
But
But that obviously you're going to get the serious head and get
well,
the.
I'd say you're probably a thick boob.
well, I'm ginger, so
That's the first time he's ever not cursed everywhere, isn't it,
I
Barry?
don't know why.
Huh? Did he just say beep?
Catherine has me well.
no, well, I am ginger, and my name's Murphy, so there's a wee bit of a stubborn streak in me. There's absolutely no doubt about that. But I think Tony and the rest of the players probably seen a different side to me over the past 6 or 8 weeks. I do. I enjoy life. There's no doubt about that. Nobody enjoys life more than me. I've had my own personal problems, so when you come out the far side of them, life's for living. I don't want to put too much pressure on the boys. I want them to go out and enjoy it. At the end of the day, it's a game. I understand results are important. I understand all the frustration from supporters and stuff like that. But I think if you feel good, you play good. That's just the way. I'm a great believer in that, and I think it's important that the players are in the right mindset and they feel comfortable in the environment, and that's all I've tried to do. Party animal, too old for that now. Although the wife still does say, you need to remember what age you are. So no, I do enjoy the crack at the right time. There's no point saying any different. That's part of my character. I don't think that'll ever change. Tony would have heard me saying it when he came in. I'm old school. Train hard, play hard, party hard. That's the way it was for me. And to be fair, they're a great group. Brilliant group of lads. Great to be around. Do make you feel a wee bit younger again as well. So no, it's something I'm looking forward to. Yeah, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'll just get on with my life.
Good bash,
I'll give it a rattle, sure.
And Tony, along you and Harps, you look about 14. And you seem like you're in Harps for 60 years.
Can I ask a question? Is Tony the oldest player there now?
Yeah.
That is shocking.
Are you right enough?
So far, anyway, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I couldn't believe when he told me he was 30.
You're the oldest player there?
Yeah.
There's still hope for me then.
Oh, you're gone long time.
Depends.
I've heard bad things about Vinny from you, though.
Oh. Won the league.
Won the league last year. He was a lot bigger than that. 17 now.
I'm not.
No, well, that's good though, isn't it? That it's such a young, like they're even at Finn Harps now. Even they've always had a good youth structure in the club, didn't they? They always coming up. People like in the youth coming up through the ranks.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of footballers in Donegal. Like, I suppose it's getting a bit of enjoyment out of them and getting them to step up from youth level to senior level.
Yeah.
And I noticed a big difference when I came back last year. I suppose, because I'm that bit older when I've come here, but There's a lot of younger players getting a chance now, whereas previous to that there, you were probably trying to stay up in the Premier Division.
Yeah.
And from that there, it's basically a dogfight. So it's horses for courses. So basically, regardless what kind of performance it is, as long as you can get a result at the end of the day. Whereas we have a lot of younger players coming through now, and I think towards the end of the season probably showed a lot more character of, I suppose, getting on the ball and stuff like that there. And you notice about the group, because it's a well, I suppose it's a tight knit group. Like, we do a lot of things outside of football together, and I think that showed then, I suppose, towards the end of the season then too.
How do you feel about younger players actually kind of not looking up to you kind of thing, but you know, as you are though, obviously the one of the older players, and they're looking at you as kind of like a role model. Have you ever had that in your career before? Is this kind of like, you know, 'cause you are still young, like, to be fair.
No, again, before last year, the only people I probably would have spoke to about football would have been more, I suppose, relations that were younger.
Yeah.
And not even going to senior football, just even going from underage to maybe a youth team in the local clubs and stuff like that there. But no, I've spoke to a lot of the younger boys, I suppose. I would have spoke to probably the likes of Aaron McLaughlin or Sean O'Donnell or someone like that there more, I suppose, more in depth whenever you're actually sitting fairly close to them in the dressing room. So you would see more, I suppose, chat more to them then. But again, it's one of them things where if a young fellow wants to come and talk to me about football, I'll gladly give me advice or help along the way. But again, I'm one of them people that I suppose I never really wanted to talk to someone older than me about football, because again, it's just the way I was really.
Last season, tough season. From a player, I just want to know from actually two outlooks on it and a player's outlook on it.
From a player's point of view, I suppose, like, I only joined back again in July. I watched a lot of the games, I suppose, at the start of the year on LOI TV. And
They'll skip.
No.
English ones are done.
It was one of them ones where you're going, like, you're watching it and you're going, could you do this? Could you do that? And I'm sitting thinking to myself, could I play there? And then obviously Dave's rang me. He's wanting me to come in. Gladly accepted the chance to come back in again. And to be fair, I think at the start of July we started off, was there 4 or 5 good results in a row? And then, not saying it's like there was 7 or 8 new signings come in, a bit more experience, a bit more know-how about the pitch. And I think that it was more knowing how to get results than the younger boys, and I would say it actually benefited the younger players too, because they were able to learn more from, I suppose, it wasn't, say, 9 underage young players going into a team with a couple of senior players. It was more maybe 7 or 8 older players with the benefit of the younger players too. But then I don't know what happened in the middle of that then, but we had I suppose we had a bad run of fixtures. Performances was, not saying they were good and I'm not saying they were bad, but we were getting like 45-minute spells. We were very good for 45 minutes, and then we weren't as good if you want to call it dying.
In a way, yeah. But I've seen a lot of games like that there.
Like, we played very well against Galway at home, albeit they were down to 10 men at a stage. But we probably should have won that game. It ends 2-2. You play, I think we went 5 or 6 games in a row, getting a red card, and.
But actually, I was at that Galway game, and you were the better side before they got the man sent off, if I can remember correctly. And then that just, when they got the man sent off, it kind of changed the game a bit.
Yeah.
But as you say, it's probably just, we would luck too.
Again, it's the same as the likes of the Galway game, the Pats game, and the Cup.
It could have went so many different ways, like, yeah.
The Athlone game and the last game in the league, like, the performances were quite good. It was just, they didn't seem to have a 90-minute long performance. It was all, basically, most of them were maybe 15 minutes and then drop off for 20.
Yeah.
And maybe over the 90 minutes, it was like 45 minutes. But again, I suppose it shows a bit of a glimmer of hope that there is performances there.
Yeah.
And just as long as I suppose the fans stick by us, there's a chance again. Like.
Oh, 100%, especially there's so much is coming through. Darren, you took over last. You actually had a good
End of the season.
a good end of the season, didn't you? Good.
I,
Was the last 6 weeks, was it, or something, or 5 or 6 weeks?
I always say, you know, Tony knows this about me. I don't really think I did that much other than make them feel comfortable. You know,
Yeah.
I'm old school. Players win games, players lose games.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there think players win games and coaches lose games. That's not the case. You know, it's, you know, the plaudits they got for the final 6 weeks of the season are down to the group. It's down to how they manage the situation. It's very difficult. It is very difficult in an environment like that when somebody leaves their post, you know, because you feel as if you've done something for that person to leave their post, and it's a very hard thing to get your head around unless you're involved in that. So football just works that way, you know. When Dave decided to step down for the personal reasons, it as I said to the boys, it's just the next game. That's what happens. It's just the next game, and you go on. You know, the most important group are in the whole football club are the players and then the supporters, coaches and the committee. They play a part, but if you don't have a good group of supporters and a good group of players, then you don't have a football club. It's that simple for me, you know. And I didn't do anything, you know. There was no master plan. It was about walking in and, as I say, trying to get a smile on their face and trying to get them to play the game. I talk about when you started to play football at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, you just play it because it's fun.
Yeah.
And as you get older, I want it to be fun as well. Now, I understand that results are important, so I'd like to think the last 5 or 6 weeks.
As you say, old school.
Aye, but
Old school.
yeah, you know, there was no massive ideas. You know, I didn't reinvent the wheel.
No.
I put a ball out on the pitch on training nights and let them play among themselves to try and get a bit of togetherness. I'm delighted that they did that. I'm delighted that when the committee obviously went and spoke to the players about the role, all the players that wanted me to stay will stay, and the ones that didn't, they'll go. That's a joke, by the way. No, the majority of the whole squad wanted me to take the job. As I say, it's nearly 10 years from I managed. I've always been a coach.
Always been a coach.
And the last club I managed was Dungannon Swifts, and then obviously I've done a bit of head coaching in the IFA, but this was a chance to go back and do something that I wanted to do. George's season passed. For how difficult it was, I made my Irish League debut when I was 16, and I've been involved in the game now. Don't want to say how long, but it's been the toughest season that I've ever had. But I'm really glad that I've went through it because, again, I've learned from it, and yeah, I think you'll learn more.
You do learn more
in bad experiences than you do in really good experiences, and it was a bad experience at times, but there was some real glimmers of hope, and the glimmers of hope were the exciting young talent that we have, and Kevin McHugh and the academy staff deserve a lot of credit for that.
But as in getting Tony signed up early, as he's the oldest player in your team and he's 30. But
You actually put that up Air Park.
But
Tony's oldest. What age are you?
do you know what I mean, Mark?
30.
Younger than you.
But getting somebody like him signed up early, a senior header, you need senior heads around the club. No matter how many youth you have, you always need senior heads to carry them through. And that's just.
Suppose it doesn't matter what level you're at. You kind of
You always do need a senior head, no matter what. Like
Tony's a one. The thing I said it, and I wasn't patronising Tony when I said it, and I'm not patronising him because he's sitting beside me. He's a wonderful person, both on and off the pitch. And to carry yourself the way he carries himself around Finn Park, he has time for the 5 or 6 year old, and he has a time for the older supporter. You know, some players now are very selfish in their way. They just come in, do what they have to do, and clear off. Get the wages. Tony's not like that. And again, regards the wages in the new contract, there was no conversation. It was just how long. And the reason I give him 2 years is because he's getting married, and you know what I mean. I wanted to give him a bit of stability instead of security. So hopefully the missus is delighted right enough. Yeah. So no, again, a lot his footballing ability is unquestionable. It's how he conducts himself around the football club, around the young players, around the staff, and then obviously I want to tap into his knowledge of the local game. You know, and he knows enough players in the Donegal League. So
I'm fit.
So
you can go.
He'll write the CV up.
Well, these two boys can go on to the same regime as me. You know, it's been a good winter for me so far as well. So, that was it. Again, I want to try and get the club back in the county. You know, all pre-season friendlies this year will be held within the county. We'll not travel outside it. I want to go to the places where we haven't went in the past few years. I do feel there's maybe some people out there feel we feel we're better than everyone else. That's certainly not the case.
Proper orders that even the Donegal League teams, would it be?
Yeah, I've already spoke to a few boys and asked them to speak to certain managers within the league. Would they like us to come and play a friendly?
Can you tell me who them names is so I can see if I get on the squad?
Get in the squad. Well, a couple of them there, and then obviously the two senior teams in the Premier Division that are very close to us. I'm very hopeful that they're going to come and play at Finn Park again. Something we have never done.
That's
play
brilliant,
games at home at Finn Park. So, get our noisy neighbours hopefully to come and play, and again just to try and generate an atmosphere and a feel good factor, because it has been a very, very difficult year.
And see, you're saying old school is training wise, like, are you a trainer that get them as fit as possible at the start, train hard, or you think talented?
Tony has never fit in his life.
No, what about old? No, not old school in all my ways. Definitely.
I know that type.
But there is certain. I've a thought in my head about pre-season, something I would like to do. I'll keep it. I'll sort of keep it there, because I would like to speak to the man that's coming on next year. I have a wee thought and something that I would like. It's something I've done before in the past as a player and as a coach.
Great training and fairness.
If you want to succeed in anything in life, keep that man as far away as possible.
No, I just think when you are where we are, I want to look at different things, and I think that element of that sport. You have to
100%,
be,
yeah.
It's an individual sport, but it builds character, it builds determination, it builds that willingness to win, and I think if you can put that into a group environment, it's very, very good. So when we've got people in the county that have sporting successes, I want to try and tap into that. I think for too long we've maybe been again a football club that doesn't go and ask for help, or doesn't go and venture for new ideas. And even though I'm old school in lots of ways, I'm new school in ways of thinking about just different things, because it can be a wee bit boring listening to the same red face and the same grey hair. And
he said you were ginger, he didn't say he was grey.
I'm grey.
But that's true, very true what you say, especially when it's on your front doorstep, like,
No,
do you know what I mean?
No question. Again, people have said in the past there's been quite a few invitations to do things, and I've said yes. And it's like, are you sure? Well, I said yes. I think it's because in the past people maybe in my position haven't just been as open and transparent. I am what I am. I'm not really going to change now. I've been lucky enough in life to get to this far and not fall out with too many people, so I can't really venture. I don't see it being an issue moving forward. It might be an issue for other people. It certainly won't be one for me.
No, exactly.
Next season, what's the plans, the expectations, or what's?
Try and not get sacked.
Yeah.
That would be a start. No, try and give the supporters something. What's that going to be? I'm certainly not going to sit here and promise X, Y, and Z. Whatever happens will be down to Tony and the group of players. I'll give it. I'll give them ownership of the group. I'll guide them. Back to some of the things that I say. Players play, supporters support, coaches coach. That's how simple it is. It might sound simple, but that's how simple it is. And that's what I want to try and do. So whatever we achieve,
you get blamed for it all, then. So
That's true.
Whatever we achieve,
so.
together.
That's true though.
No expectations other than I just want to put a team out there that represents me as a person, which is somebody that always give his best, irrelevant of what he did. I want people to play with a freedom and a happiness. I want them to enjoy their football, and I just want them to make some memories together and have good times. How many that is, I don't really know, but that'll be down to the players. I'll not be like other managers and hang on and hang on and hang on. If I don't feel it's going right, then look, I'll not be certainly too hard. It'll be straight back down through Strabane, Oma, straight the whole way. So that's the way it'll be.
Just when you're on that about the supporters and stuff, even for you, Tony, like, to be fair, like Fun Park, like having some Fun Park nights as a supporter in the middle of the crowd buying games. There's no feeling like it, to be fair, at your local club. But what's it like from a player stand in the middle of that? Because to be fair, the support in Fun Park and the supporters and the fans, they're brilliant fans, like, to be fair. But what's it like standing in the middle looking out?
Well, you notice it more. You actually probably notice it more when the club aren't going, I suppose, as well. Like when
All right, so
the
you,
likes of, like see the likes of your playoff games, your games against Derry, Sligo, things like that. There, all right, they're there, but probably a lot of fans are coming because it's Harps and Derry or it's Harps and Sligo or it's a big game. Whereas when you're playing, say, for instance, Kerry or Cove or someone like that there at home, and you can see, not saying you'll see the proper fans, but you'll see the ones that'll travel. Like you'll get fans that'll travel to Kerry, and you'll know you would nearly see the same faces then again in Cove, the likes of that there. I would notice a lot more whenever, again, when you're not going as well, and there's maybe an attack and you miss a chance. They still lift you on.
Yeah.
Like a lot of games last year where we weren't playing overly well, they still supported you. And when you got on top of teams, they were nearly trying to pull the ball into the net as well. So the likes of that there, obviously your big games are unbelievable. Like the Limerick games, your Drogheda in the playoffs, your Derry games in the league, like nothing will beat them to a certain extent. But again, it's trying to get as many people in the gate. Again, I think what the club done last year, with the likes of the underage season tickets, the likes of that there, they brought a real youthfulness about the supporters as well. And I think there was a lot of togetherness brought to the club last year that probably wasn't there in previous years.
right.
But again, that's I would say.
Let's talk about your new contract.
What's wrong with it?
2 years.
Another 2 years, I
Huh?
signed up for another 2 years, I. No, look, when I met Murph, there probably wasn't even question marks in my head. Once anything was put in front of me, I was gonna sign it anyway.
Eat it.
Eat it.
Put too much in front of him.
More sweating now.
Ah, no. Can I go and rewrite that?
You're lucky Swally Rover there, but anything from me.
Had to be 2 months.
No, look, this is my third spell at the club. I felt, not saying I felt wanted last year. When I came in, I realised what the club actually meant to me as well. In previous years, where I probably wasn't playing as much as not saying I expected to be, but I wasn't getting the game time that I thought my training minutes, like, because you're training every day, or 5 days a week or whatever it is, you want a game at the end of the day.
Oh yeah.
So my thought whenever the 2 times I left was go enjoy playing football again. If something comes up that someone at a higher level wants you back again, think about it then. And now once Dave rang me, I was quite open to anyone that I spoke to that it was basically go back there or be very cushy at what you're doing now. And I decided to go back up a step, whether it worked, whether it was going to work or not.
Yeah.
It was a chance.
Take a
that I
leap,
was
just.
taking. I could always go back and play with a local team, like. But now once I spoke to Murph last week about signing up again, I wouldn't say I couldn't put my name down on the paper as quick as I could, but
The only thing is, not last year, the year before, you're Bonagee.
Yeah.
And you were flying, to be fair.
Yeah.
That was a good Bonagee side, like.
yeah, we had a good run in the Intermediate Cup. We had a good run in the Senior Cup. We actually the game against Shelburne was
That was massive, like.
there was a big crowd at that there. And again, to be fair to Bonagee, they have a senior club set up in a junior league.
Yeah.
Like the Ulster Senior League going probably damages them, say themselves in Cockhill, Letterkenny more than anyone else.
Yeah.
But the likes of Harps or the likes of Derry will probably feel a bit of I suppose because your gap is from junior league
Straight
to
up.
intermediate, there's a bit of a gap, and
Yeah.
then to senior there's another gap. Whereas it could still be the same players, but it's not going to be at the same level.
Yeah.
So the likes of that there, the likes of your senior clubs might even feel a bit of a fallback from it. But no, been honest, I enjoyed my 2 years at Bonagee, but obviously I'm happy where I'm at now too.
There was, like, I just used to always say it. I was like, when it's even for the Cockhill side, like what a side, like, and even with Ulster Senior League folding, it kind of does it kind of break them clubs up a bit.
To a certain extent,
Did it break that Bonagee side of yours up a bit?
I think there's the guts of probably 8 to 10 players probably have gone and played, either signed for a senior team in Northern Ireland or senior team here, or else they've gone maybe back to their own local team that they're playing the same level as. Like Cockhill, won 10 leagues in a row. If there was a second division in the League of Ireland this year, they would be probably in it. But obviously, it's
why isn't there? But
can they not want it?
There is, well, not the first division. If there was a division below it again,
like a reserve division,
like say your Premier, your first and your second, which there's talk about probably the last 5 years about it, they would fit in very well. Bonagee, Letterkenny probably would too to a certain extent. But what you're actually getting is you're losing out on an intermediate league in the vicinity.
But do you think they should have went down the National League or maybe more into the north or whatever, also Senior League?
I think they tried it to a certain extent. Again, clubs that's winning at junior level, a lot of the time they don't want to step up to intermediate because they won't. I suppose not saying they won't succeed, but the top of the intermediate teams are probably going to beat the top of the junior teams over a season.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't know how it would have worked between, say, a cross-border league. I know they've worked a cross-border cup before, but I don't know how a league, because you probably would have had to get the okay from the IFA and the FAA. So I don't know how that would have worked.
I think
they did try it, but again,
like, to see it fold, I think was just. But it had the last couple of years was shocking. Like
you're playing four times.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Like you're playing. I think we played the year I was with Bonagee. I think we played Cockhill 8 times. Like you played them. You played them in cup finals. You played them in cup semi-finals. You had your intermediate cup. You had your thing may as well. Your league games as well. So again, it's just one of them things. I suppose. Ideally, you probably would have 10 teams, but you can't.
So see the likes of that Finn Harps Ulster Senior League team.
Yes.
Where does that go, or what?
Well,
that's obviously
the Ulster Senior League team would have been a mixture between your 17s and 19s, depending on when you played.
Right.
So what you have there now is you've still the 17s and 19s,
right.
But you don't have, like, I was very fortunate whenever I was younger that I was able to play with Swally in the Ulster Senior League, and you're coming up against men when you're 15, 16.
Yeah.
Whereas they're still playing against people same age as them. Like some fella could be 6'5" and built like a truck at under 16, and might not be a great footballer.
Yeah.
But he could stand out at that level.
Thanks, Tony.
Yeah.
but he could stand out at that level. But when he's playing against senior players, he just might not look as good.
Yeah.
And I think it actually builds you to, I suppose, protect yourself better on the pitch too.
Yeah.
Because you'll get used to
100%
tackles and stuff.
Yeah.
You're experiencing it then too. So I think it can't really help football up here. But again, it's one of them ones that.
Murph, tell me this now. Did you contact Barry, his brother?
No.
This is exclusive.
It's exclusive.
Or Shane.
I didn't contact Barry, but somebody else contacted Barry for me, but he didn't get me the answer that I was looking
for.
So I now know. Everyone's spoke about Barry. I would like to think Barry would be very open and honest with this person. Yeah. I'm assuming he's maybe a groomsman later on this year. So, no, look, here. Here's the first question I asked Tony. I was going to try and put it as a clause in his contract. I'm wondering you if you get Barry back.
He actually didn't even ask me to sign. He asked Barry.
We actually tried to get Barry for the podcast. He wasn't available on it. What Tony said.
Shane sometime.
Somebody tells me Shane's the best of the whole lot of them.
You were talking to Dad. That doesn't.
I reckon he's that lazy to marry a pregnant mum.
That's no for me. Definitely, look.
Cut that.
To have Barry back. There's other players that have obviously left the club over the last 2 or 3 years that will spring to mind. Again, that'll be conversations I have with Tony. Look, Barry was a wonderful footballer. But he's like everybody. Yeah, again, I go back to the word. You have to be happy and content. Mm-hmm. If you're happy and content, that's the most important thing for me. Exactly. You don't need somebody like me pestering you. So we've asked a question. We got a very, very direct no. So that's good enough for me. But no, he'd be welcome to come to games. He'd be welcome to come to training. He'd be welcome to come and speak to the players because of his knowledge. And You know, I always think it's important, especially for younger players, to speak to people that have been involved in the game a long time at a good level and can give good advice. And I have no doubt that Barry will be able to do that.
Perfect.
Supporters in your eyes, Darren, standing there and hearing them behind you. Great support in Fun Park.
I hear the good bits. No,
You hear the good bits?
I hear the good bits. No, they've been very good to me. I've been on record saying this, and I've been very fortunate to play under some really good football clubs in the north, in Glenavon and Portadown and Linfield and Gannon Swiss and clubs like that. The supporters at Finn Park are different. I don't know how to explain that. I can't get it across to the players. They're so supportive.
Yeah.
That's probably the easiest way. They're so supportive. Even in the tough times, they're still so supportive. And look here, if I could swap everything, it would be one game at Finn Park when I was playing.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
To sample that experience of playing in front of people that actually just want you to do well. Sometimes you play in front of group supporters and they don't want you to do well, but they have there's a real burning desire inside them as a supporter. They just want you to do well. And look, it's when things are going well, it's a great place. You know,
It's such a tough place to go for like an away team to come to Ballybofey.
Because Northwest.
I think it's amazing. When I walked in December or January at the start of the year, I played in Finn Park. I think it was in 1997 for Glenavon.
That's when they started to build a new stadium, wasn't it?
That one, the one that's got the sheep on it. No,
Should be another comment.
I played in the ground in 1997, and it's 2023, and it's still the same.
I still see him.
Still the same. The steps are the same. You walk. The only difference is they've got a big new mobile over at the far side, but the wall is the same.
They wouldn't have that though, only for COVID though, would they?
No, you'd still probably be the same, and the stands the same. It's been stamped there. You know.
What about the surface? Somebody spat on her, you're underwater.
Well, to be fair to Nigel, he's done a great job this year. But no, hey, new stadium.
Harry Kane couldn't play in it, though.
That's another. The new stadium's a question for another day, because I think if you're a Finn Harps supporter, that's probably been the hardest part of being a Finn Harps supporter.
Oh, 100%. That's torture.
From 2007, which is 16 years ago. No, my counting's bad, is it? Is that close?
What do you like?
Don't ask me, huh?
He's dyslexic.
17, right on it?
You're right.
Okay, so 6, no, good at the
Give
count.
him a lucky bag here, Pete.
But see the likes of an away team coming to Fun Park, like see the way Fun Park is now. That's why it's tough for a team to come and play in it, isn't it? Like see there on a night, Tony, under lights in Fun Park, nice dry, cool night, wee drizzle of rain.
Smell of chips in the background.
Oh, and the curry.
The soup?
The soup.
Give a shout out to the soup lady.
Soup's a different level.
I am not even
watching the soup.
We went to Fun Park one night just for the soup and left.
Talk about homemade bread.
Some of our players done it all year. Went for the soup and just left. So, no, the soup's brilliant again.
Soup's brilliant.
Oh, it's unreal.
Oh, no, here it is. And look, hopefully moving forward, there'll be a wee slight change in that as well.
Soup?
No.
There'll be two people standing watching Harps next year. Soup, God.
We're going for chicken and mushroom.
Full of fun.
No, we're going to try and get the players to come out from the home end. And we're going to put away the away teams where we have been coming out this past while since COVID. I find it a very Irish thing that the home team comes out in front of the away supporters and the away team comes out in front of the home supporters.
It's right enough.
So try and flip that again and get us back in and among people and in and among the fans and coming out and try and give the players that bit of a buzz as they're walking out onto the pitch instead of being at the far side of the pitch and not actually getting the feel of, you know, how well the supporters want you to do. So that's something that we look at moving forward.
I have to give it to you now. Listen, you have a load of great ideas, isn't it? For starting off, like I'm really.
Don't put me under any pressure.
No, but I know you have a lot of wee ideas like that. Like just small changes like that can mean a big thing to a club. Like so, what's his?
Not even that there, but even me just sitting listening to you two, you've such a great outlook on life, let alone football. Like I think if a lot of people had a look in life, like look, a look out in life like you did, the world would be a better place. But I think that
I think if you've come through what I've come through,
well, that's good though.
Your outlook in life would have to be like mine. No, here it's magnificent to come through what I've come through. I wouldn't have done it obviously without the support of my family as well.
Yeah.
Some of them people that helped me through it aren't here today. So, but no, I am a very happy-go-lucky person. I don't really get myself too tensed up. I don't really try to get myself stressed out. I don't see the benefit of it. I'm not a worrier. You know, I worry about my kids, obviously, because they're 23 and 20. You know, so I am not old to have children that age. But I don't get hung up on, you know, I'm thankful for the fact that I'm here doing something that I love, enjoying it with people that seem to enjoy me. And again, I want to be somebody that gets out and meets the public and involves himself in the public and want people to know me, because sometimes when people look at a manager, there's a perception out there. Tony probably had a perception of me before he walked into the football club, because you listen to other people and you hear other things. I would like to think he's old enough now, 30, up at 30 now, to make his own judgment in me, and that's just the way it will be for me. I will do the best I can while I'm there.
That's you get going though.
Well, I don't know if I can say that bad word, but I am a thickly.
We'll cut it.
There is a funny. I don't like the word nasty, but there's a side to me when you make your Irish League debut at 16 and you're still involved in the game at 38. You can't be nice the whole way through.
No, you cannot.
There is a dark side to you.
You wouldn't be there.
There is a dark side. Never comes out too often. It might come out on a Saturday night at 2:30 in the morning. But I'd say that no. Again, it's just I'll just try and enjoy it. As I made myself that promise. If I took the job, I'll try and enjoy it. I want to enjoy it the way they enjoy it. That's what I'll try and do.
Outlook on it, to be fair. But before we wrap up, were you right back or left back now?
I was left back.
Well,
How do you know that?
Good shit.
Shout.
Did you know that?
What? I don't know.
Google.
I was looking at you.
Google it.
This is good looking. No, I was just looking at you and I says, I'm going to ask this question now before we wrap it up. I think he might be a wing back. I was going to say centre half. That's some shout there.
No, that's not bad, to be fair.
Will you give me a week's training?
Did Tony tell you that?
Marty plays a left midfielder. I like to cut on, don't you?
Do you know, I'm a centre midfielder. Bang.
No, left back. Good shout.
Good shout. Right or left back and use a wing back, eh? Were you quick?
I wasn't slow.
And I'd say you're a bad tackler.
Dirty,
Dirty.
I was a great believer, if you're going to pick up a yellow card, you know, pick it up for a reason.
I like it.
So don't just make sure he couldn't get up. Do you know what I mean? If you went and nailed somebody and he got up and played on, bad. You know.
I was playing for Bundy one day, and the boy
Reserves.
leaned me, and the boy come behind me, pushed me over the top of him. I said, "Fucking!" I was like this Bundy. So halfway through punching him, I changed my mind, and I clashed him. And just this ricochet out through Bundy. So I actually heard that there, and the ref just turned red card. Talk about a tight walk.
There's only one time it ever happened to me. I played in a really big game in the final, and the ball went out at the sideline, and the manager at the time had his foot in the ball, and I kept trying to lift the ball. Just kept trying to get the ball. And he said to me, "Murph, you've got 4 minutes." That's how long you have, 4 minutes. I kept, "Just give me the ball, will you?" And he was like, "You've got 4 minutes." I said, "Well, you've stood on it for 20 seconds, and I got 3.5. So, and it was this boy was a decent player, Richie Baker. He absolutely destroyed me, by the way, for the first 20 minutes of the game. And as I got the ball back, the manager at the time says, "Remember the old saying, like, can't run with a limp." So I did catch him, and unfortunately he was stretched off and picked up a yellow card, but it worked. Can't run with a limp.
All the youth players of Finn Harps, listen up here.
That was old days.
That's old days, aye. But hey, just on that, if you were to give any advice to any youth players coming through the ranks or at any level, what advice would you give them? Break them up, just two foot.
Get a burger and Conkers.
I have to say, Conkers food's too good in Conkers. Just before I came on here, at apple pie and custard. So, look, advice. I've been very fortunate to hold a really good role in the IFA. I was there 6 years as an elite performance coach. So I was working with the cream of the crop at under 19, under 17, and under 16 level. They're not all going to be footballers. No. Okay, so enjoy it for the time that you can enjoy it, but make sure you have something to fall back on. And I always try to say that to the parents. That group of 20 young, talented kids at 16, their parents think that all 20 of them are going to be footballers.
Only 3 or 4.
It's 1 in 4 makes it. And then out of the 3 that spill out of that 4, one of them might be involved in the game as a physio or some other part of the game, marketing manager, like Catherine is here, in McElhinneys. not be that part of it. Do you know what I mean? They're involved in the game in a different way, and the others just drop out of the game completely. So enjoy the game, and enjoy the friendships that you make, and enjoy the journey for how long it takes you and stuff like that. I'm very fortunate, as I say, from 16, 17 making my debut. I have still friends today that I started with. We went different paths in different ways in football, but then people were there for me too when the times were difficult. So enjoy it, but at the end of the day, don't get too hung up on it. Don't beat yourself up. It's just a game.
Life's too short.
Life's too short, and it's just a game. And if you can always keep that in the back of your head, then you'll be grand. Then you'll be all right. That would be my advice. You know, enjoy the game and give it the best you can. See if your best not good enough. Well, your best not good enough.
Clap that P.
Clap that P, right? Tony,
The Titanic there.
put Titanic music on that actually.
Sank it.
Going forward, Tony, next year, what are you expecting, or what's the plans next year from yourself? From yourself.
Not eating conkers. No, look, again, it's one of them ones where you're going to try and improve on last season. Whether that means making the playoffs, whether that means promotion, it'll be what it'll be at the end of the day. But I think we have to go out and show the fans, I suppose, that we're capable of progressing. And if there's more younger players coming through, they can see a pathway of coming through like the younger players did this year. Everyone there is probably, a year more experience in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So they should be used to the physicality of the league. They should be used to how say for instance, if you're in Cove, how you travel to Cove, the likes of that there. Again, it's just one to look forward to. And eventually the season will pan out the way it's expected to pan out.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm looking forward to going matches. I know he's very
Same as that, and I haven't watched them in years since the Mano days and all that. But no, it won't be. Listen to Murph and listen to it's going to be a good season ahead. Hopefully.
It'd be good for you, then. Free ticket in.
Hopefully not coming on.
Huh?
Free ticket in.
Clap
free
that.
ticket in.
Clap that.
Clap that.
Hopefully not coming back in.
Free ticket.
Hopefully not come back in
a
3
burger
months.
and chip. That's it. We'll give you the full works. We'll
Come
give
back in
you
3 months' time, Murph. How did you get on your job?
give you too much soup.
No, we'll wrap it up with that, Marty. We just want to say a massive thanks again to McElhinneys for having us on here. And their suit department, it's unbelievable in here, to be fair. And
they're closed out. We're kitted out.
we're kitted out there. And even the lads are kitted out. They didn't actually land like us, we dressed them.
Yep.
We dressed them.
We treat you right, Tony boy. Don't you worry about it.
That's the way it should be.
That's a great spot, in fairness. It's class. They might give us to do the podcast up here from now on, mate. Thanks.
Darren, thanks a million for coming on. We really, really do appreciate it. I know it's been probably a mental few weeks for you after getting the job and stuff like that. But from myself and Martin, best of luck with everything. On and off the pitch. Hope you all the success. And we will be in Fun Park. No, we were in Fun Park last year. We'll be in Fun Park next year.
Too.
For free this time.
You can even do a podcast out in the centre of the pitch on a good day when it's warm.
No,
if it's not flooded.
when the pitch is in Letterkenny.
Hey,
They're chatting about it. They're putting the pitch in the Polestar roundabout. So it makes it easier for the cars to go around. 8 days to get that match.
Tony, thanks a million as well for you coming on, sir. Appreciate it.
Captain Harps. Vice captain, sorry.
And again, Tony, for your season ahead, best of luck. And
Thanks very much, boys.
wish you all the best. And thanks again for coming on, lad.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers, mate.
Cut that part. How you doing, folks? Welcome back to part 2 of the V&M podcast, episode 32, Martin.
32.
How are we still here?
We've come a long way, haven't we?
We've come a long way.
We're doing something right.
Want to say a massive thanks to the 2 Harps lads. Obviously taking time out of their busy schedule to come on and have a chat with us. Tony and Darren, massive thanks. And again, the McElhinneys here in Ballybofey.
Thanks very much for Catherine and the crew.
Putting us up here.
These seats, wonder would they be to hire them?
They're nice, aren't they?
They are nice, aren't they?
Why did P put me in the blue one that matches all my things on me? Why is that, Marty?
Hey? Part 2, Jason.
I just want to go in.
Oh, it's podcast behalf, but hey, he comes on. This is Jason Quigley, folks. We've got an exclusive. He's actually literally coming out of the closet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do just leave
Well,
it at
Jay,
that.
what's happening, Jason?
Oh, all good, boys.
Play
all
back,
good.
I haven't seen you
Play
since we
back.
beat you down
Aye.
in golf down in Ballyliffin.
Nah, no, come on.
When's that part 2?
Jay Quigley, folks, is joining us here in the hot seat to talk us through his big event. Jason, what is happening?
All's good, Vinny. We are getting ready to rock and roll now, boy. Rumble in the hills.
I like it. Just before we say it, we get into it.
You Marty main event.
We've come to God's country.
You have, boys.
We are here in Ballybofey.
Ballybofey.
This is where it happens. Like, you know, everybody was chatting, oh, down Letterkenny this, but sure, look at Letterkenny's up here, right, boys?
I know why. We just come out because the traffic was that bad.
Polestar roundabout, going well.
Hey,
Right.
aye, what's happening, sir? Rumble in the hills.
Rumble in the hills now. Buzzing for it, like.
Yeah.
Something a wee bit different for me, I suppose. Trying to fill the boots out of hair in here now. But
Is that what you're at? Is that you're promoting now?
aye, so we're promoting the show in Letterkenny, and that's what we're at. You know, promoting now. Sheer
Very
Sports. They've been a massive follower for me. They've been my management team out in the States for a long time. We've opened up a company now over here, the European base of it, and we're starting now to manage and promote boxers and professional boxing, and obviously Donegal is a massive holds a massive part in my heart. And throughout the years, the support that I've always had from Donegal has been class, like. And then to bring the boxing back here now.
Was there ever an Angus here before?
There was. Paul McCluskey fought Morrison, a Scottish lad, for the European title about 13 years ago.
Nora.
In the Aura as
Remember
well.
that.
Aye, in
Did
the
he?
Aura as well.
Mm.
So that was.
That's when you started growing that mustache.
Huh?
Still
There
going.
was a fight in the Grill car park. Henry Diamond against Shovels.
Rumble in the car park.
Rumble in the car park.
Rumble in the grill.
Rumble in the Grill.
No, so it's in the. This is Rumble Hills, obviously in the Aura as well. Aura Complex.
Yeah, it's the first time now professional boxing's been back, and it's not only like we're really looking now to come back properly,
Aye.
and I'm looking now to go maybe 3 to 4 shows a year in Donegal.
Right.
Bring
I
it
want
back time.
I want to really like boxing. Like Donegal has always had a good following of boxing, always good boxing supporters, but we've always had good talent coming through as well. And we've always been winning very well at amateur boxing and going to Europeans representing Ireland, everything like that. It's always been great. It's been a real hot spot for boxing, and it's always kind of seemed to lack then when you take that next step into professional boxing. And it's probably because of the opportunities. Like, you know, you always have to head away from home. It's the same as soccer, like, and
That's
everything
true,
like that. You know,
yeah.
you always gotta head away from home. But I'm hoping now that we've been going around all the boxing clubs in Donegal as well, the majority of them, and I've been going there handing out the tickets for the clubs. I've been meeting all the young ones and, you know, letting them understand that this could possibly be a show that they're on in the future. You know, that's why I want to run these shows as well, is to have young kids that are 14, 15 years of age going there to Rumble in the Hills and being like, geez, you know,
Getting excitement.
Getting the buzz of it.
I want to do this, like, because I think as human beings we all need to see something to believe it.
100%.
You know, if you go and young kids go and see like the likes of a Ronaldo playing, or
Yeah.
you know, big games,
Aye.
big football matches, all this kind of carry on, they're going to be like, oh, that's where the seed's planted for them. And hopefully now the seed will be planted for a lot of young ones. And
It's funny you say that because if you did ask someone, the likes of yourselves, like a not even the likes of yourselves, even like an experienced boxer, experienced
Can't hear you say
footballer.
that moustache.
Sorry, cut that out by the way. But if you do ask someone like yourself, like someone like a professional, like even experienced in the sport they're in, who's your idol? The first thing they're going to say is him when I seen him here.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or when they
Same.
play, do you know?
Yeah.
And that's kind of the opportunity you're open to some young folk here.
And that's the plan, like, you know, really to, you know, it's going to be I'm very optimistic, I'm very positive, but it's going to be a big task. Like, you know, running professional shows is not
Not
a
easy.
it's not a simple thing. It's
know.
not a cheap thing to do either. Like, you know, the cost for this is very, very big. You know, you're bringing in fighters, away fighters from all over the world as
Yeah.
well, getting flights, getting hotels. You know, we're going to need the support of the Donegal people as well.
100%.
We're going to need the support of people to get behind these things, and of course, you know, not everybody might jump on board at the start because it's new and
Yeah.
people are a wee bit, you know,
Wary of it,
we'll see how
You
it
wouldn't
goes.
know though. I hope it goes well.
Aye, you know, and that's the plan. We want it to run well, and we want to show people that we're here and we mean business, and we want the Donegal people to get behind it, the Donegal businesses, and support it and put it out there now, and to really give some of these kids something to look forward to in the future. Like
It was a tough put it together.
it's not together yet, sir.
No, but like it's
We're still going, but
no, but even the what about the card? Like
aye, like the cards. The card.
you got some massive fights in that. Like
you've Joe Ward there headline. Like Joe Ward's probably one of the most successful Irish amateur boxers to come out of the country. Like, do you know what I mean? He's a world champion, European champion, cleaned up an underage as well. He's professional now over in New York with Lou DiBella, and he's coming here to headline a show. Like, I'm guarantee you, like a couple more fights, that man's going to be fighting for possible world title fights. Like.
That might bring a big crowd.
And we're taking him to
hills.
Letterkenny. Like, do you know what I mean?
Anybody pulls out, I'll take him on.
So he couldn't fight sleep.
Aye.
Short and sweet, man.
Good night, sweetheart.
But like,
If I'm tattooed on.
But as I say, it was a as I say, it's a good card, but
it's like, it's all about contacts. Like, you know what I mean? It's about relationships, building relationships, and creating contacts with other promoters, other managers, other fighters, and putting on competitive fights. You know, the fights need to be competitive. Like,
oh yeah,
people's not going to pay money to go and watch fights that are blown out in 1 round or 2 rounds. Like, people want to go there, want to get excited. At the end of the day, and you know, boxing it's a brutal old sport when you strip it all back. Like, people are paying money to go and watch 2 boys whale the head of each other. Do you know what I mean? And that is. A lot of people are doing that. You know, majority of the people who go there in the night will be there, you know, to support people and family members and things like that. But, you know, there's going to be a lot of people there as well on the night that are just going to want to see a bit of violence. Like, and that is the sport. But there's the talent that we have on it. We have James McGivern fighting Josh Stanford. That's going to be a clinker of a fight. Both of them are undefeated. James is from Belfast. I've been managing him now for a couple of years, and they're fighting for the Celtic title. So we have a title on the line as well on the night, which is going to be great. And it's going to be Eilerman, hopefully James's first title.
Right.
You know, so it's exciting. And we have a lad, Tyler Jolly, who is a Commonwealth bronze medalist for Scotland, has been in the GB national setup as well. Over the years, he's a very exciting prospect that's coming forward now, and he hits hard. He's the world record there for quickest knockout in Commonwealth Games history. I think it was like 4 or 5 seconds.
I thought you were going to say that machine you hit in holidays.
Magaluf or somewhere.
how the cards are like some of them names are
Like,
massive.
and then we have the 2 Walsh. Like, everybody on the card, we have the 2 Walsh, Paddy and Liam. They're both undefeated Irish champions as amateurs. We have Jason Myers, who's a European medalist underage. Like, all these lads are starting out now their pro career.
Yeah.
We have a Danny Boyle as well, a local lad from Dunlow, who's coming on, and he does his fighting over in England. So he's coming in now, going to bring a good old crowd up from
Homecoming,
Dunlow.
like there's,
Oh,
you know what I
like,
mean?
and he's
sounds
buzzing.
good, don't But I say your wife pretty relieves you're not the one getting the.
Aye,
So you're not fighting on the night.
No, I'm not going to be fighting on the night.
She's wearing relief now.
Aye,
she's
she's happy out, like, and I suppose I can understand where she's coming from, but it was difficult as well for me not to,
100%.
you know, be a part of it,
Yeah.
and it's difficult for me. It's a big change.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you're coming from, like, the phone's going every minute now, whereas when I was in training camp, like, it was so easy to switch off.
Yeah.
You know, you're in your
That way you
training
didn't
camp
answer when I was ringing you.
all the time, lad. I was flat out and
Playing golf?
Drive to Survive, Netflix or something.
Hey, but that's what I mean. That's what I mean. In the must have been tough day, like organise. Especially coming off like when you went on that boxing camp, it was just you there. Obviously, turn the phone off, but now it's all fucking
100%. It's a massive change, massive change now. So it is, and just lifestyle even, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like, now I kind of have to schedule my training around things, whereas before I still train and still, you know, do as much as I possibly can, because at the end of the day, you know, there could be a fight down the line now in the new year. Like,
Have we any, what's the crack here? What are we, when can we see you in Crossing
Frosty's the
again?
trainer, is it?
Team Frost.
Team Frost.
Steve Frost. Cut that out, champ.
He
When, like, have you any plans or what, or is that just
to
fucking...
be honest, I had a fight there offered to me in November against Diego Pacheco. He's one of the Matchroom's big prospects now coming through. But at the end of the day, look, the money wasn't right and things weren't,
Didn't work out.
It didn't make sense. So we passed on that one. There's another opportunity coming up in February as well. There's talks of a European title fight, WBO European title fight, possibly in February. I haven't gone into detail too much about that yet, so want to get this show done out of the road, and then we can concentrate then on what.
You tunnel vision now on Rumble and Hills.
Aye, that's it. That's all. That's all I'm thinking about now at the minute is getting that show over, getting a good successful night, getting the ball rolling with boxing back in Donegal, up here in the northwest again, and driving her on from there.
Is this something you could see yourself at, like maybe all the time in the future, or like would you go into the kind of promotion side of it, or?
Aye, like it's
Because
to be honest,
like your boxing career opens so many doors, like you know what I mean. So
Keeps you involved.
oh, big time, and that is what you said there, like 100%. Like I don't know if I could ever walk away from boxing completely.
but
like,
that's good because you love the sport that much that you want to stay involved.
Like it's all I've known since I was 11 years of age. Like I'm thinking 90% of people, Jason Quigley, oh the boxer.
Yeah,
Like
100%.
do you know what I mean? Like it's
yeah.
just it's a part of me now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it always will be a part of me. So it would be hard to definitely walk away from the sport completely. But staying involved in which way whenever the time comes that I move on from boxing will be interesting. I've actually never obviously look, I want to do the promoting and the management now and be successful at it, but I've actually never really set out a real, do I see myself doing this in 10 years time?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I haven't really. I want to get the ball up and rolling now with the box. I want to get shows running regularly, competitive fights, good fights, and get boxing back on a high in Donegal again.
But I'd say, knowing you, I'd say when you'll know now after this Rumble in the Hill, you watching it, you'll be one of them persons that's like, oh fuck, I'd love to be in that ring. Like, you'll know more what you're going to do after this Rumble in the Hill, would that be?
Then again, you get the drug fight promotion side too, but like, here, boys.
Still, there's wheeling and jumping and there's standing watching.
You're standing watching your bank account the next day anyway, with two black eyes, that's all I know.
It's
Cut that.
Cut that, is right.
It's going to
Or
be.
give me a cut.
You want under, sir? No.
Text Sterling.
Hey, so you could do one of those ring gears there. You look
You're
hard,
no bother.
You want people to go. People will be arrested.
I'm 4 days a week now, boy.
especially that Tash one. You look hard, sir.
Can't wait.
Do you know what his favourite machine is in the gym? Vending machine.
Oh, Jesus
Can't
Christ.
cut that on.
So Rumble in the Hills, 18th November.
18th November now.
Friday week.
Saturday.
Saturday week.
Aura Complex in Letterkenny.
Aura Complex.
Talk about Aura Complex, because I was never at a show out there, but it's meant to be, they have loads of shows out there, like.
Hey,
There's meant to be unreal for
I
a
was
show.
very surprised of the complex itself, bar the swimming pool. You know the swimming pool, the gym,
Yeah.
all that. But the actual complex then where the fights are going to be held, like a beautiful venue. They've 3 big tiered seating parts that come out of the wall.
Oh, yeah.
It's class because, and it mightn't help my ringside sale tickets here, but you know when you're sitting ringside and you're looking, you have to look up into the ring through the ropes and everything.
Yeah.
You might people think it's the best seat, but sometimes it's not really the best seat. Like those ones that are a wee bit tiered and you're just looking down into the ring. I think those are the best. Like, you know, so we were delighted whenever we realised that the tiered seating and everything was there. It was quality. Like, and then obviously if you go on YouTube as well, you can see Paul McCluskey's fight there, like, and the atmosphere and everything, and it was class. Like, very, very
You
good.
weren't born then, Vinny.
No, you were well born, but even the likes of parking and stuff there too, so like all perfect, like.
Parking's quality. There's going to be 2 or 3 bars there on the night as well. They have the facility for bars and everything as well. So people
Martha's always lost.
Don't drink anymore.
people will be able to go there and have a good drink. You know.
All right, so look, hey, just
Hopefully they don't all think they're picking Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali.
there might be better show in the car park after.
Oh, Jesus, don't be saying that. Well, that's out of my hands.
Caught that. But that's
But,
what
aye.
that sounds like a good night's crack to be fair.
I know it'll be great, and you know, I'm here on the night. Obviously, 2 lads. You're invited on the night. We'll get you sorted, definitely.
Porrick, you're not invited, but clap at you.
And
Right, look at my. See what I have on.
where are we next Saturday? That. But then for anybody here that's following the podcast and are good supporters of yourselves, they'll have 2 ringside tickets as well for you. Used to give away to everybody that supports you and follow you and.
Oh, that's not very nice.
So
Thanks, William.
if you are listening, get down to the Aura Complex and Saturday the 18th of November. At
That's
what
right.
time's it start?
Doors open at 5:30. First fight will be 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Aye.
Nice and early too. Get home on old kebab or something.
There's about there'll be 8 fights.
8 fights.
Aye, there'll be 8 fights.
No kebab then. Go home to burnt toast and a salami breakfast pasta.
Going so well, wasn't it?
What's so well I couldn't get it out.
Oh, that's good. Hey, thanks, man. You're fat, sir.
no
We'll do a
problem.
wee fucking not there one there for you. 2 ringside tickets.
I can't do it.
But anyway, I just want to say from myself and Martin, we'll definitely be there tonight anyway now, especially when we get them for free.
Put your heart smash beforehand.
No,
Get it out
but
the
as I
big
say,
ones.
hey, I would say a lot of people would never ever take that leap to do something like that because there is a lot of hard work in it, and we can see it. You're very fucking dedicated to it, and definitely we hope it pays off for you. Be a massive success anyway. I hope it's great,
cheers.
and it's great for Donegal.
Fair play to you for doing it.
And as you say, them boys from like where's Dunlow is it from?
Aye, Danny Boyle.
Danny
from
Boyle.
the-
Like that
Pipes are blowing.
Aye,
I'm telling you,
yeah.
guarantee.
But hey, that's class for him. Like,
Aye,
isn't
oh,
it?
it's brilliant.
What
Like
do you call Joe War? Is he from here as well?
Joe Ward, no, he's from down. He's from Westmeath.
All right, so even
yeah.
then, like,
Oh, aye, that's actually Joe Ward's first fight, back in Ireland. All his fights been America, Mexico, Puerto Rico.
fuck.
So this
Are
is
they all
first-
like nice one?
Oh, I like he's loving it. Like then, and they're all like, geez,
I was going
anybody.
to say, is he left-handed?
He actually is.
I've
Yes,
watched him before.
I know he's.
Wild hands down.
I
That
call the operator, like very, very good. So
Ah, well.
good out crack.
Best luck with it, anyway.
Best luck.
And
thanks.
Go on ahead there, Matthew. You speak
We
all the
wanna
time.
Thank you, Catherine, and all the team in McElhinneys for giving us wonderful opportunity to do a podcast up here and kid us out in this class clothes. It's class and what? Oh, Jason Quigley.
Yeah, Jason Quigley's there too.
Thanks to the lads, the Harps men, for coming on, and Jason Quigley, and best luck for the Rumble in the Hill on the 18th of November in our Leisure Centre Complex.
Just before we go, we're actually, if someone is looking to go, where can they get tickets?
You get the tickets at elitesportspromotions.co.
As easy as that.
Bang,
Put it up here.
link down there.
Bang. That's episode 32, complete P. And again, just as Marty was saying there, again, the McElhinneys, and just as touched on before, such a massive business getting the likes of me and Marty and supporting us, Catherine and all.
This is
Brilliant.
where I got my shit and everything catered out to the best. Look
So if
after
you are
it.
getting,
Oh, I got sorted out in here. Top job.
Tony, me, you're coming in here.
so if you're getting married, give this crowd a shout.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But it seems so comfortable or something, doesn't it? Like,
Oh.
so, like...
They'll
See, when
only
you-
help you with the suits now. They can't do anything else for the
They don't want a wedding singer, is it? But as I say, when you come in
They're
here...
looking for the wedding singer in the band, right?
It's when you come in... Hey, it is when you come in here, it's like...
There's a class about it, isn't it?
But it's see when you go shopping, you're trying on everything, and the sweat's running down your back. This is real chill or something, or real...
When me and the boys are in here to get fitted for our suits, like
That's what you just were actually in here.
Oh, and here the sofa and the seats and everything, and the crack was the best. Like, and as you says, like the environment in
It's
here.
closed in, like.
Aye, like
away
it's
from-
private to yourself.
Yeah.
Like you'd swear just you and the boys are all at home getting ready for the
Oh,
wedding.
yeah.
Like it was good crack and it was brilliant, and obviously all the lads and ladies in here that helped us out in the day they're top class, and they had the crack with you as well. Like so, no, it was quality, very very good.
Oh, that's to say, somewhere such a success as here, even getting like sporting like us. As I say, it's brilliant. Like so, if you are looking for your wedding suit, Tony McNamee and me, I'll definitely be getting the shout
And
too.
Christmas shopping. Get up here and get your Christmas shopping. There's
Right.
Christmas stuff all there now. Set out in the way. We're on doing a bit of shopping ourselves once in a while.
We were.
Yeah, we were.
We really enjoyed it too, P. Thanks again to Park too, back behind the camera there, does nothing. But episode 32 complete, folks. Stay tuned next week for episode 33.
God bless and safe home.
Thanks a million and safe home and good luck.
Hawaii.